Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. This here is the Magsafe connector on older MacBook Pros. This is prior to the USB-C era. And these things, you either love them or you hate them. And you love them when they're working great and you hate them when they fail. And so I've done everything I could to get this thing to work. This has now been replaced. And I'm going to show you how to replace the internal component that is buried underneath this case. Here is a similar part what I bought on Amazon, and it's only 13 bucks. Now I paid like 25, so we're almost half the price, and it's the same part. So I will put this one in the description below, and if you want to go over to iFixit, head on over there, and you can do that one as well if you want to pay a little more. Now when I go through this, I'll be referring to various steps, and here are the various steps from an online guide that I found on iFixit. And it is long. It is about 30 some odd steps. Boy, look at that go. 32, okay. Just a mere 33 steps going in and 33 steps going out. But keep in mind how much money I saved. I contacted Apple and asked them what it would cost to fix this. They told me $650. Are you kidding me? $650? So I did it for about $35 tops. Now I bought the toolkit on Amazon and the actual part on iFixit, and I'm into it about 35 or 40 bucks, and if you want to do it all on Amazon through my links, it'll cost you somewhere around $18 or something like that. Here I have managed to get this working, but it took quite a bit. And so I wanted to get this battery a little higher before I did this procedure. And so it's really hot because I finally got it to connect. But the issue is that it just is finicky as all get out. And so, you know, this is a common problem. You plug it in and you got to wiggle it. Well, that's really hot because I just had it working. And then, so I'll sit here for a long time trying to get it just right, and then I'll flip it around. As you can see, it's not working. And then finally, if I just get it in just the right spot, I can get it to charge. So if you're having symptoms like this, you know, the first thing you should do is take this out and take like an old toothbrush or something and try and clean it out, see if you can get a better contact. You could also clean this one out, or you could try a different charger. I have done all of those things, and I'm at the point now where I'm down to about this charger, and all of the rest of them just simply won't work. And it's not the charger, it's not this, it is the connection in there, and that needs to be replaced. Now it's just a simple little thing, and here I got this one from iFixit, but you can also get them from Amazon, and I'll put a link to an equivalent design. And then basically it's just this tiny little thing, this part, and there it is. Now although it is small and simple and whatnot, it requires a fair amount of work to get to it. And so in order to do that, you've got to take a whole bunch of things apart from the back side. And so I'm going to do that next and show you how to do it. So there's at least the part. But before you do something like this, you need to, one, back up all of your data and make sure that you have a very good copy on Time Machine or whatever you're going to do. And then close all your files, shut it off, and then we'll get started on replacing this little part right here. But you want to stay safe and protect your data at all costs, and make sure that you have the power off. What I've done is I've turned this upside down, and then I put this on a t-shirt, a black t-shirt, so that we can see it effectively. And here's the replacement part. And then over off to the side, I've got a computer showing the instructions. Now, in order to get this off, you will need a special tool. It's called a Pentalob 5. And so I have this kit here that I will put a link in the description, and it has various tools you need. There is the Pentalob 5. It's got a 1.2 Torx and this is a T5, and then it's got a couple more tools. It's got a pair of tweezers and this little tool and another tool here, and one is called like a spudger or something like that. And so these are just various tools that will make this installation process go a little quicker. I think I paid like $7. And these screws right here are the pentalob, and they will not come off without the right one. And so I have tried. And so anyway, we're going to take these off, and they're all the same except for two, I believe. So for the time being, I'm going to put them right next to here, and then we can okay, I'm going to turn this around. Okay, and then we're going to lift this off. See if we can get that off. Start it here. Okay. So I had the back to me for the notches. All right. And boy, is that dirty. I'll be cleaning that before I put that back in. All right, now I flipped it back around. Here is the warning label for the battery. We're going to peel this off very carefully. Now, right there, I'm going to see if we can pry that up, straight up. Okay, so that is the battery connector. I'm going to just kind of bend that back just a smidge right there, okay? Alright, so we should be disconnected. Alright, this is the airport cables. Now, there are 3 connectors right here. See them? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to try the tweezers to grab them straight up. Okay, alright. Now right here, there's a cable connection that goes here, and that is to the camera. Now we're going to try and pull it towards this fan. We're going to go this way. Let's see if this will work. And it did. Okay, so very carefully. Okay, that's disconnected. Now this here is the heat sink, I believe. There's a rubber heat sink. I think we can just pry this up. Now, what we need to do is lift these cables up off the fan. Okay. Alrighty. Those are up off the fan. Alright, that's step 8. Now the next step is going to be removing these parts right here. These are called the rubber hinge covers. Okay, there's one there, and one there. Now this is an I/O board cable, and it might have a release lever, and so let's see, it has notches in the padding. So mine doesn't look like it has any notches. If it did have notches, there's a release lever. Okay, so what worked was a T5. So I believe I need to take these 2 off. Boy, make sure you don't lose those. Okay, so mine had a cover. And so that may be different on your model. Should be able to pry this up now, straight up. Okay, it did. All right, now you need to remove the airport card, and that takes a T5. Should be this one. Okay, so you need to pull it out this way. All right. You see how I did that? It just barely lifted it up. And that's the airport card. I'm going to put the screw here with the airport card. We're moving on to step 13. And we're going to lift up the flap, the retaining flap of the right fan ribbon cable. I believe that's right here, because you had it upside down, this would be the right. All right, now this part here, what you have to do is you just slide it out using the spudger. Let's see, how would you get it back in? Okay, all right. So, I'm a little confused in the directions. You basically want to slide this out like this, okay? It may be difficult to see, but I'll do the best I can. And that little connector slides into this connector, all right? Here's the right fan, and there are 3 screws, and we're going to remove them. One there, and one there. And that takes a T5. You put them in order over here off the side so that I can put them back the same way. And I'm going to put them on top. So off to the side of the camera, I'm going to put them right on top of the screws. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did over here. So in mine, they are connected. You're going to pull it this way slightly. Okay, so that's how I'm going to get mine out. That's free, and then we'll use a T5 to, let's see, no, the next step, oh, they wanted to remove this part, like we did on the other one. Then take a T5 and remove these 3 screws. Now I've got a little bit of something stripped here on one of these, and so I'm going to, mine didn't come out exactly the way it was supposed to. Alright, that was the end of step 17. Moving on. So step 19 is the solid state drive. I believe it's right here. Take a T5. Okay, we're going to lift up and slide that straight out. Alright, and I'm going to put that screw together over off to the side, the solid state drive. Now over here, the idle board, there's a little lever. Let's see if we can get that flipped up. Okay, there we go. I managed to get it with a pair of tweezers. You see this? We're going to rotate it towards the batteries. Okay, so don't lift up. You're going to pull it parallel towards the connector. Okay, very gently. Don't lift up. Okay, got that disconnected. Okay, so now we need to take this board out. And there are 2 screws. It looks like I've already taken out one. I believe that's a T5. Okay, that goes all the way back here. There's another T5 back here. Okay. I'm going to put, there's a screw in there. I'm going to put this screw back in. Alright, so I've got the 2 screws. Alright, put that off to the side. Nice and gentle. We're moving the logic board on the left-hand side. So if you flipped it upside down, this is the left-hand side. Now there's a speaker connector here. Okay, I'm prying it up very carefully. Boy, that was nerve-wracking. Alright, so that's the left speaker connector. The right speaker connector is right here. It looks just like that. So you take your spudger or maybe a pair of tweezers. We're going to go up. Okay, we got that up. Then we're going to peel back the tape covering the top of the keyboard ribbon cable. That looks like that right there. Should be some tape. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Oh, I see how it is. We're going to pull it out or push it out of its socket. Alright, this is step 24. I couldn't use that little tool. What I finally had to do off camera was pull this out. So this is the keyboard, and boy, that is fragile. I sure hope this computer works when I'm done with it. This is the trackpad ribbon cable. Mine looks different. So mine has a couple of screws. I'll try this. Okay, I've got a little cover over mine. I'll put that together. Yes, it is up. So mine's different from the directions. And that's the trackpad. Next, there's a backlit connector to the keyboard. We're going to use the spudger to pry up. Okay, got that. So right here, this is the microphone cable. So at the end, I believe there's a little, yeah, there is. At the end, there's a little clip there. I flip that up. Boy, that's hard to see. Okay, that was hard. That's teeny tiny. What it is you need to pull it out after you release this little clip. That's pretty difficult. It's hard to see. The display cable, there's another one of these little locks. There it is. Alrighty, lift that up, and we're going to pull it out of its socket. Okay. Alrighty. Pull that out, lift that up a smidge. See that little rubber cap there? We're going to take our spudger and take that cap off. Okay. That exposes a screw. We're going to remove 6 screws. Fold. And then the one we just exposed. Alright, I found the other 2. We're trying to get the logic board out. So right here you see these chips. There's one here in this gold, and there's one here over here. And so take this out. Alright, now in theory that logic board should be loose. I'm having some difficulty getting this out. So these are catching. Now, so the directions say to lift this up from the battery side and slide it. Let's see if I can do that a couple of millimeters. I don't know how. Alright, I've been off camera for a while, and finally I think there's some adhesive on here, and they're right under the bottom, and that's why I could not slide that. And so let me see if I can wiggle that out. careful. So I was wondering why I couldn't slide it at all, but apparently right under here there was some adhesive. Okay, finally. Wow. Alright. Now, all of that was to get down here to this connection. Alright, so where is my Magsafe? My new one. Ah, here's my new one. Alright, now there's a connector right here on the new Magsafe. So we did all of that so we could lift this up. And the connection, alright, so there's the Magsafe connector at the end of my finger. So I'm going to take a spudger there and slide that out. I cannot do it on camera because I'm by myself. So I'll just do that and disconnect that. Alright, now we need to get this spudger tool. Okay, I finally got it. Now I'm going to turn on my iPhone real quick. Alright, do you see there where I've started it right there? I use the spudger and I'm going to slide that connector out. Alright. There, it's disconnected. We're almost got it. Alright. I'm just going to remove this board for just a second. Alright, now there are two screws. They should be T5s, I would think. They are. Wow. All of that to get to this little part that was buried. Okay. Quite a job. Probably the thing to do, I would say, would be to connect this first, and then I think I can get to it. Yeah. So I'm going to connect this first. Ah. So you see that hole right there? See that little hole? There's a little divot on this one. We're going to slide that in, click that in. Yeah, that's going to be easier, I think, if I can get to it. Yeah. Now it goes this way with the white side up. I'm going to temporarily put those on there. Make sure that I can work this back in. These two screws. So my cable is a little longer. I'm not sure what to do with the extra cable. Yeah. Looks like I was able to wiggle that in there, because I can see how everything is so tight. Okay, that's better. Alright, now I've got that in there. I want to make sure that it's down all the way. So the reason that it's got a little bit of resistance here is because I have slightly longer cable than I did before. Okay, now we're going to go in reverse order. So what I'm going to do is this. I have my instructions over here, and I am going to go scrolling up now. I put the cable back in, and now it's time for my 6 screws, and I have my 6 screws exactly lined up right here. And so starting from over here, this is a silver screw, should be a T5, I believe. Now the next two here have a little bit of Loctite on the end, a little bit of blue Loctite. And they go here, there's one there. And the other one is here. Remember that. Now I got a long silver one, I believe this, yeah, I remember this one. This one's a little bit fat, and that has that rubber cap that goes here. And then these two very, very short black ones, they go one there and one here, as I recall. Okay, 6 screws back in. Alrighty. Now we are at step 26, which is the backlit display, and that goes straight down. Okay, push that in. Alright, got that. Going back down to step 25. I believe we are going to do the trackpad. So on mine, it's slightly different. Go straight down. And then there's a little cover. Trackpad, going back down to step 24. Keyboard. Okay, the reason I'm having trouble getting it out, it looks like I missed a step. Yeah, I had missed a step. So this is the same as this one over here. So when I took it out, I forgot to remove this little retaining thing, and that's why it was so hard to get out. So boy, I hope that works when I'm done. Okay, so you slide that in and then clamp it down. Make sure that's in there. Alright, sure hope that works. Now step 23. This is this is the logic board. Okay, so this will be a snap it down. Alright, and then this one, also going to snap this one down. I don't know if you could hear that little click. Alright. Now here's the I/O board, and I've got 2 screws. I'm looking for the second one. Okay, just gotta gently lift your cables up, and then the 2 screws. Let's see if I can find that second one. Now here's the I/O board data cable that's going to slide in. Use your spudger, I guess. And then put the little clamp on. Okay, got that done. Going back to step 20, the solid state drive, and we're just going to then the screw to hold that in. Alright, that was step 20. And also step 19. Alright, we need to put the left fan back in. And the connector, and then clamp that down. Okay, left fan's reinstalled. Step 15, we're going to replace the left fan. That's the left fan. This would be the right fan. Alright, and then you gotta make sure that little clamp is up. Slide that in. And then bring that clamp down. Okay. And these will be T5s. And then alrighty, got the fan reconnected. Now we're going to step 12. We're going to put the airport card back in. So there's the screw. You got the airport card. That was step 12. Now we're back to the rubber hinge covers. Where's the other one? So these cables here, these go to the, let's see, what do they go to? Camera cables. Alright, so this slides in there. Alright, that's done. And then these snap down. Really hard to see these. Okay, those are not easy, and it'd be best to have a pretty strong magnifying glass in order to see that. Alright, those are kind of a pain, but there are 3 little round sockets, and you have to very carefully get those in there, plus this connector back here. Pretty difficult. Those cables need to be carefully routed. I think we're about ready to do the battery cable. Now this little guy, I can't remember where that goes. I found where this went. That goes over this right here to hold this connector down. Now I believe we are ready to hook the battery back up. Let's check. Oh, we've got to put these little things down. Now this, I have to very carefully route this in here. And that has to be fully in there so when the case goes on it doesn't pinch. And then this, there's a little groove right there. So I believe we are at the moment of truth here. Got that connected. Got all my boards. I believe that's it. So now we do the battery. So the battery is back on, I believe, step 7. Okay. Alright, that's the battery, and we should be good to go with that back cover if everything is correct. Alrighty, yeah, the two teeny short ones. I'll get our teeth. Oh no, it's a pentalob. That's right, I forgot. Proprietary screwdrivers. Great. Let's see if it'll power on. If I did it right. Bingo! Now here is the old connector. Boy, look at that. It's all burned. Get out here the light, see if you can see it. See, that's just all burned up. And that's why it wouldn't work. Now, here's the new one. Let's see how this works. Ah, first time. Awesome. Okay, I have been fighting that for a long, long time. And go up here, and yes, we are connected and charging. Wow, that is fantastic. Finally have it fixed. So I saved about $620 or something like that. Not too bad.